Welcome back, baseball fans. Summer 69-72 carryover league. Tonight we are in a series between Houston and Portland, trying to get in the playoffs as a wild card team. This is the third round of the postseason tournament, up to 3 format. Let's go see what the stakes are for this one, folks. We come up over here, this little grid. 3-game eliminations. 3 games to distinguish the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th best non-division winners, leaders, so that 2 of them can be wild cards. We played Baltimore and the White Sox, and the Orioles prevailed 2-0. So the Orioles will clinch the 5 seed in the American League. They'll play Detroit in the playoffs. We still have to play Oakland and Minnesota. Winner of that plays Kansas City. But when we move to the National League tonight, interesting, the only division that's still up for grabs is the National League Mountain, where Vegas was 20-18 and Portland was 21-19, and Vegas holds the head-to-head tiebreaker, which means that Portland is in a 3-game elimination. They can't be a wild card. They're either eliminated if they lose 2 out of 3 to the Astros, or they win the division outright, and Las Vegas would be the wild card, and Houston would be eliminated, since Houston is also just a couple games over 500. So, actually, let me see. Let's just double check the. Well, I'll tell you what happened in Game 1, folks. First, in Game 1 in Houston, and here's the thing with Houston: when Danny LeMaster or Larry Dierker are pitching, they are a superhuman team. They are 15-3 this year when those guys are pitching, and they won 6-0. As a matter of fact, let's look at the Astros record. They're 20-17. So they are you ready? They're 5-14 when somebody other than Larry Dierker or Danny LeMaster is pitching. Now, if the Astros lose this series, yeah, they'll still be worse than Las Vegas. You see, the Astros are 3 over 500. They need to win 1 more game so that they can stay 3 games over 500 and be better than Portland and Las Vegas for that wild card spot. And again, Las Vegas would win this division right now. If Portland loses, you get the idea. So, Vegas is watching. Game 1 in the books. It was an easy shutout, too. Danny LeMaster, 7 1/3 innings. So, Ray Sadecki, he loads the bases in the 4th inning. The dangerous Doug Rader, bases loaded against left-handed pitching. Oh, that's a mismatch. Grand slam. Another homer by the Toy Cannon, the red-hot Toy Cannon, man. He's having a big year. And homer by Bob Watson. All the Astros scoring. Portland tried to rally in the 8th and loaded the bases, but they got a double play ball. They took LeMaster out because he broke. And they brought in that dangerous Houston bullpen that's blown so many leads this year. But they held on 6-0. So we moved to Portland for Game 2. If the Portland loses tonight, their season's over. If they win, Game 3 will be back in the Astrodome. Tonight's starting pitchers, somebody other than Joe Niekro. Somebody other than Larry Dierker or Danny LeMaster, and his name is Joe Niekro. And for Portland, it'll be their number 4 starter, Nelson Briles, from Portland. Let's get started. Joe Morgan leads off for the Stros. 3-6, guys at center. Dennis Menke, 49, single 1 to 16 is a base hit. Marty Martinez, 4-12, skies to left. And Jim Gwynn, the Toy Cannon, 68 is a single to center field. Menke holds at second. First and second for Cedeno. 3-6, single 1 to 5, and he lines out. Bottom of 1, Jerry Kenny, 5'11". Pitcher X, oh boy, Nigro's an E33. That's an error. Kenny's an ace stealer, and Johnny Edwards is catching. And they're going to try a stolen base. This is their season on the line. They want to take some chances early, at least. And they get the stolen base, and the T rating of Johnny Edwards, he goes to third base on the error. So an error by the pitcher, a stolen base, and a throwing error by the catcher, and there's a guy at third for Mark Belanger. 65, sac fly to center field. 1 unearned run without a hit. Tony Gonzalez, 1-7, single. Bob Montgomery, 57, left. And Rich Reese, 2-3, first. Top of 2. Johnny Edwards, 2-3, lines a short. Joe Cruz, 1-2, grounds a third. Doug Rader, 38, is a K. Bottom of 2 in Portland. Byron Brown, 68, lines a short. Ken Boswell, 59, rolls a second. And Bob Barton, interesting start. He's been their secret weapon. 2-3, grounds the second. Bob Barton has been given a -3 throwing arm. He really could throw him out for the Padres in 1971. So he has a -3 arm. He doesn't normally play against right-handed pitching, but because of the Astros speed, Morgan, Wynn, Cedeno, you get the idea. They decided to have Barton catch against righties while Montgomery is the DH, and they put Frank Baker, the left-handed bat, on the bench. 1 zip in the third. Tommy McGraw, 43, first X. Reese is a 2-11 at first base. He makes the play. Joe Morgan, 46, Ks. Dennis Mankey, 34, short. Bottom of the third, Ty Klein, 48, second X. This is Morgan, a 3E20. Cheap single off of Joe Morgan. Jared Kenny, 39. That is a 3-6-3 double play. And Belanger, 3-6, center. Top of the fourth. Marty Martinez, 112, third. Jim the Toy Cannon pops to first. And Cedeno, 57's a single. With 2 outs, against that -3 arm, he's going to take a shot. And he's in there on a 4. Strong throwing arm and all. So the Astros get a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Johnny Edwards. 110 flies to right. And they don't get the run. Tony Gonzalez, 45, pops to short. Robert Montgomery, 39, Ks. Rich Reese, 2-6, double 1 to 15 is a double. And Byron Brown, 2-7 is a K. 1-0 game in Portland. In the 5th, Jose Cruz, 48, skies to right. Doug Rader, 2-8 is a K. Tommy McGraw, 37 is a K. Nelson Briles is delivering for his Portland Rosebuds. Before we go to the bottom of the 5th, let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel. Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okay, bottom of the 5th. Boswell. Haven't shown any cards yet because, well, one run on an error on a pitcher and a pass ball and a throwing error, and yeah, nothing to really show offensively. Boswell, 310, flies right. Bob Barton, 3-6, grounds to short. Ty Klein, 6'10", bouncer to short. This is Mankey, a 3E40, and a base hit. 2 outs for Jerry Kenny. 55. Off the Necro card. Double 108 single is a double. We have second and third for Belanger with 2 outs in the 5th inning, and he rolls too short. Portland's wasting opportunities with just the one unearned run in the 1st. We go to the 6th. Joe Morgan. 2 9s a walk. Double A stealer. Now this is where it gets interesting. Top of the inning, top of the order. They'll be a little bit more patient, knowing that you've got the -3 arm of Barton behind the plate instead of the +2 arm of Bob Montgomery. Dennis Mankey. 210, flies to left. Marty Martinez, 63, pitcher B. Now you've got a slow runner at first. For the Toy Cannon, 1-7's a walk, and with 2 outs, let's take a look at the Astros, the lifeblood of the Astros. It runs through Cesar Cedeno and his brilliant 1972 card. 320, 22 bombs, 39 doubles, 8 triples, double A stealer. What more do you want? He is the man in Houston. We got 2 on, 2 outs in the 6th, excuse me. The pitch to Cesar Cedeno. 1-6, thank you Cesar. Homer, 1-4 double, and it'll be a 2-base hit. The Toy Cannons round in third, 15, 16, 17. Against the Ty Klein arm. And he scores from first on the double. A 2 RBI double by Cedeno, and the Stros take a 2-1 lead. Nelly Briles is just broken. He's a starter 6. Been pitching good till now, but he'll face Johnny Edwards. 56, Guy's the center. So we'll probably take him out before we get to the 7th. So he still has a chance to get a win if the Astros come back here. Tony Gonzalez, 410, center X. This is Cedeno, 1-8 in center field. 1 out. Montgomery, 1-7's a K. And Rich Reese, 1-8, bounces to second. Joe Niekro delivering a start. If we get one more pitcher on this Astro team, we might have a chance in the playoffs. We need one more guy out of these 6 dudes, because the bullpen's been lousy all year, even though the Cards are good. And they get really nervous when they have to make pitching changes in Houston land. It has blown up for them big time. They lead the league in blown saves. So, top of the 7th, Portland needs a new hurler. They're going to go with the lefty Jerry Arrigo. Pitched for the Reds in '69. He'll come in here for Portland in the 7th. Joe Cruz leads it off. 37's a walk. Doug Rader. The pitch to Doug Rader. 1-6 is single dot. You got runners on the corners for Tom McGraw. Now, interesting here. I think McGraw's going to bat because Arrigo is not very good, and, well, Portland's pitcher's not very good. What can I say? Little pitch. Yeah, McGraw will stay in. First and third is going to bring the infield up here. 2-12. The infield up is a foul to the catcher. No damage done there. But you got Joe Morgan. Infield still up. 39 is ball 4, and now you got unloaded, and you got Mankey and Martinez and Wynn. So it's getting kind of dicey here in Portland. Mankey, oh boy. Arrigo's better against righties anyway, so, and you have a switch hitter next. So these are Arrigo's guys. Bases loaded, 1 out. They will bring the infield up for Dennis Mankey. 2-7 single dot, and it's 4-1 Stros. Runners on the corners for Martinez. The infield's up. 38, third A. Runner holds to third, goes to second. Second and third, 2 outs for the Toy Cannon. Doesn't have a lot of hits against lefties, it's mostly walks. Let's take a look at the Toy Cannon's card here. As you can see, if there's a base open, it's no big deal to pitch to this guy. He'll probably walk anyway. He only walked 148 times in 1969. And he has more homer chances against righties. So, with runners at second and third and 2 outs, Arrigo will pitch to win. 57, well, he walked. Shocker. But you got Cedeno up, and I think this is your season right here, and they got to find somebody, and they're going to go all the way to the back of the bullpen, folks, to Hoyt Wilhelm, their lone all-star. They're going to ask him to come in the 7th inning of a potential elimination game and give him 3 innings if possible, if it's still, you know, in contention here. Hoyt Wilhelm will come on against Cedeno. You saw the Cedeno card earlier. He was an all-star. Wilhelm's an all-star. Bases loaded, 2 outs in a 4-1 game. On base here will just about finish the Portland squad. The pitch to Cedeno. 5-10 is a catcher's card up. But this is Barton, who's a 2E15. They really need a foul out here to save a run. A 2. E15. Oh, worst case, they got the error. Oh, they didn't get a foul out. They got an error, and the inning continues. Little nubber in front of the plate, and the guy couldn't pick it up, and the run scores, and oh my. Portland's in serious trouble now. 5-1, 2 outs, bases still loaded. John Edwards is the batter in a 5-1 game. The pitch to John Edwards. 56 off of Hoyt, a bouncer to short. But this is Belanger's, a good glove. 2 at shortstop, E26. He makes the play. But it's 5-1. Not a good look for the Portland squad. They have to hope they can rally against the porous Astro bullpen if needed. Stretch time music We are listening to Beauregard, who was a Portland wrestler, and he put out this funky blues rock thing. I got something, tomorrow, I, testify. Some nice tunes here. Guitar work done by a very young teenage Greg Sage, who will go on to play for the Wipers in Portland music lore. So let's go to the bottom of the 7th. Necro with a 4-run lead. The Astros, yeah, they got all their defense in there anyway. They need 9 outs. Necro and 4 relievers need to figure out how to get 9 outs so they go to the playoffs. It'll be Byron Brown leading off in the bottom of the 7th. 37 for Byron. Let's take a look at Byron Brown's card. He was an extra player from the Phillies. Triple 1 to 7. Double is a triple. Ken Boswell. 410. Center X. This is Cedeno. 1-8. He makes the catch. No sac fly. Bob Barton. 47. Single 1 to 14. Base hit. And Necro is 1 batter away from breaking. And you got some nervous people in the Astro dugout going, please don't break, Joe. Please don't break. We don't want to go to the pen. We got this thing. Runner at first. 1 out. Ty Klein. 47. Single 1 to 6. But he misses it on a 14. Big break there for Necro. And with 2 outs, it's Jerry Kenny. 37's a base hit in the left field. Barton will not make the 3rd out at 3rd. And Necro, of course, right on cue breaks, meaning that the Astros are going to have to go to their pen. Oh no. 6 2/3 innings. These guys are scary. They have one lefty in the pen, and he's awful, Ron Cook. Jim Ray's a capable closer, except he's blown like 4 saves and has 4 losses this year. Ken Force is a good pitcher, the 2.54 ERA. Let's go Ken Force. Ken Force is coming in. Current reliever, future starter of the Stros in the 7th with runners on the, 1st and 2nd. Ken Force to Mark Belanger with 2 on and 2 outs in the 7th inning. The tie run is Belanger. Here's the pitch. 66 off of Force is a bouncer to short. But Dennis Mankey's a 3-E-40, and that's a single ... And the Astro bullpen is doing the same old stuff. Runners in the corners in a 5-3 game. They're holding Belanger. It's Tony Gonzalez. 5-11 Force flies a right field X. Who we got in right? We got Cruz. He's a 2-E-9 in right field. A 2-E-9 in right field. He makes the grab. Jose Cruz. Always good defensively, and that was a big catch. All right, 5-3 game. Hoyt Wilhelm's not going anywhere. John Edwards will lead it off. 55, bounces to second. Boswell's a 3, makes the play. Jose Cruz, 1-6 for Jose Cruz, is a bouncer to short. And Doug Rader with 2 outs. 38 is a K. 6 outs to go for the Astros and a 2-run lead. It'll be Bob Montgomery leading off in the bottom of the 8th. 57 is a K. Rich Reese, take a look at Rich. Rich was acquired in the offseason along with Jim Perry in a trade that sent Blyleven back to the Twins along with Hal King. The reason is that Perry and Reese have short shelf lives. This is the last year Rich Reese will put up a card like this. Actually, I think it's the only year he put up a card like this. 69, he hit 322 with 16 homers. So, the pitch to Rich Reese. 310 is a hit by the pitch, and here comes Portland on cue. Byron Brown is the batter. 1-2, 2-2 ties the game with a homer. But 1-2 is a 5-4-3 double play. And we'll go to the 9th. Wilhelm's not going anywhere. Tommy McGraw, 39's a single. Joe Morgan. Well, let's do it. We're going to do a hit and run. I haven't done one of these in a while, as Wilhelm's good against lefties anyway. The hit and run is the move the runner up version, not a stolen base attempt. So the runner goes to second from Mankey for 11. Skies it in the right. This is the 3-11 Byron Brown, makes the grab, and with 2 outs, it's Marty Martinez. 46, single and an 8, misses it. Hoyt Wilhelm did what needed to be done. The silly error got the 5th run in, but otherwise, that wasn't his fault. He's retired 7 of 8. So, bottom of the 9th, 2-run lead. Do we have a righty reliever who's good at getting lefties out here? Or do we just keep rolling with Ken Forsch? I think we just keep rolling with... You know what? We're gonna go Jim Ray. I gotta do it. I mean, he is the closer. And you gotta close these games out. I mean, if he's your closer, you gotta use him. So, Jim Ray. Oh boy. He's gonna try and get a save. Take a look at the Jim Ray card, particularly against lefties, and he's really good. But he's been pitching horribly this year. I'll do his stats at the end of the game, win or lose. He needs 3 outs to send the Houston Astros to the playoffs. All the defense is in. It's Boswell, Barton, Klein, and Kenny. 3 out of the 4 of those are left-handers, which is what Ray is good at. So here is Ken Boswell leading off the 9th. 1-5, ball 4. Perfect way to start the inning. Now, Bob Barton is the batter. And he will bat as he's a right-hander, and the lefties are tough here. So Bob Barton, the tie run. 53 off of Ray. Right field X. This is Jose Cruz again. He's a 2. And that's a base hit off of Jose Cruz. And here it comes, folks. Here comes your Astro collapse. Runners on the corners. Nobody out. Still got a 2-run lead. Ty Klein, Jerry Kenny, Mark Belanger. They're playing it back. They got a 2-run lead. They don't have to hold the runner. Ty Klein. 68 off of Ray. Lines the 3rd. All right, it's Jerry Kenny. Got to bring it up as an A-bunter, even with the 2-run lead. The pitch to Jerry Kenny. 2-5. 3rd B. Cuts him down at the plate. So you have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Doesn't matter too much. You still need to score the guy from first. It's all up to Mark Belanger. Let's take a look at the blade. Member of the Orioles. Of course, the Orioles had so many great players in this era, they couldn't afford to keep all of them, and unfortunately, Belanger was taken away to an expansion team, Portland. And so we have runners at first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Mark Belanger, the last hope for Portland against Jim Ray. Here's the pitch to Mark Belanger. 2-5 is a grounder to the 3rd base, and our game is over, folks. Jim Ray did it, and the Astros mob him at the, I don't know what's more important, the fact that they gone to the playoffs or the fact that their bullpen got a save and a hold. 2 1/3 relatively decent innings pitched without allowing any earned runs. It's one of the best relief appearances by the Astros all year. We'll get into that. Hoyt Wilhelm comes on. Pitches 2 1/3 innings. We had the error and a K, a hit and a K. Jerry Arrigo started that inning. He gives up 2 hits and 2 walks. 3 runs. Only 2 were earned. Three walks exactly, but 5 on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in 6 innings, Nelly Browse broke, taking the loss, giving up 4 hits and 2 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Jim Ray gets a save in the 9th inning, hit a walk. Ken Forsch, inning and a 3rd. He gave up a hit, a walk, and a K. And Negro does get the win, giving up 8 hits and 3 runs. Only 2 were earned, no walks, 3 strikeouts. 1019, 0109, 57310, 5524. Astros put 12 men on base. Portland puts 12 men on base. The difference is 5-3, your final. Well, there you go. So, This means that Las Vegas will be the lone team to come out of the Mountain Division this year. A division that awards a playoff spot to one of the 4 expansion teams every year in the National League. And Portland will go home. Sorry, Beauregard, but that's a tough loss. Houston has a chance to get the number 5 seed if the Giants fold. 21-21, Portland finishes their year at 500, hitting .282 with .397 ERA. Those are great numbers for Team 32. 1,008 Commissioner Award points. They tried, they made a run. They made some off-season moves, getting Hoyt Wilhelm, Rich Reese, and Jim Perry to make their team, they were good moves. I mean, most expansion teams don't trade for closers or 20-game winners. Portland made the move for Perry, Wilhelm, Rich Reese, and got to 21-21 and had a chance to go to the playoffs. So it was a good 1-year investment, but that investment is going to be done pretty soon because Hoyt Wilhelm will eventually be gone, Jim Perry will be gone, and Rich Reese will be gone, and then they got to find more guys with no farm system, which is the dilemma of the expansion teams. Astros are 21-17, hitting .274 with a .382 ERA. And after winning the series 2 straight, let's take a peek again at the National League West and the National League Mountain. And there you see it. Portland's done. Finishes a solid game back of Las Vegas, who they lost the tiebreaker to as well. And in the National League, looking for teams with winning records is kind of hard to come by here. We have the Reds and the Mets. And the Phillies they're at 500, still have to play. Portland's at 500 and is done. But out here, it's the Giants. If they win game 1 of their series, they'll be the number 5 seed. If they lose a game or 2, but still win the series, because all they have to do is win one of the 3 games against the Phillies, they may fall to the number 6 seed depending on how they finish head-to-head. But, as a matter of fact, I remember how they finished head-to-head. The Giants got it. So the only way the Astros can get the number 5 seed is if the Giants win 1 game and lose 2 games and still advance, because the Phillies need to sweep them. The Giants finished 22-19. That means Houston is number 5 and the Giants are number 6. That's it tonight from the 4-year carryover league, round 3 of the tournament. Got 3 teams left vying for 2 spots, or 2 teams left vying for 1 spot. Thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you next time.